We back with another episode of Off Air Hustle with Deona Hustle. Y'all got a one-way ticket to Pound Town.
Welcome back to another episode of the Off Air Hustle. It's your favorite cousin and co-host of Hustle and Shine in the Morning on Kansas City's #1 for that hip-hop and R&B Hot 103 jams. If you see me behind a DJ booth, the mic is probably me. And if you saw me at the T-Mobile Center spinning, yeah, it was me. You know, shout out to KPRS Hot 103 jams for that 75th anniversary. Also, shout out to NSPN for always producing the fire segments each and every week. And then big love to Zoo Studios. Make sure y'all book y'all time. They got double doors. It's serious. So if you need to soundproof something, they got you. So make sure you holla at them. Now, today, our guest is a foodie. I'm a foodie, too. We ain't talked about food yet, so I'm happy that I have him joining me. Kansas City native. You might know him as a couple different names. It might be the Hood Dude Food Review. It might be the government IRS Glenn Robinson. Or it might be the epitome. And you might know some other names, too. But welcome my guest, Hood Dude Food Reviews.
This thing on?
Yeah.
We outside, man. I appreciate you for having me, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm a fan. You be cutting up out there, though. I seen you at the T-Mobile Center, too, though. You yeah.
We tried to do something. Nah, well, I appreciate you making time. I told you we got itinerary for you of different things. I want to learn more about your journey because before you even sat down here, I had learned something new about him that I had no idea. That I was like, oh, that's him that was doing this and that. So we're going to connect the dots.
Yeah, we're going to get there.
Because you're multifaceted, and so I want to make sure we highlight that. But before all that, I got an icebreaker.
Okay.
That we're going to do. It's going to be some quick this or that questions.
Yeah, all right.
And you got to be honest.
I always am.
Okay. Town topic or Winstead?
Neither.
Thank you for being truthful.
Neither. Now, if I got my beer goggles on, whichever one was closest.
Whichever one's closest, I get that. Yeah. Okay, brunch or dinner?
Dang, man, I'm gonna go dinner.
Okay.
Go dinner. I like brunch, but dinner just got a lot more versatility for me.
Okay, I'm with you.
Dinner.
I'm with you when you're right. Mom and pop shop or a franchise?
Mom and pop shop every time. Yeah. I actually don't review franchises unless they just pay me in bread. Now I'm going to review that.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm here. Okay, wings and things or smacks? I'm making hard questions.
Man, you know that one's a tough one. I'm gonna go wings and things though.
Wings and things.
Go wings and things.
Yeah. That line be crazy. Let's talk about that.
Well, that's why you know it's real. That's why you know it's real. I'm gonna go wings and things, man.
Okay,
but that's just I was there when it was on the other side of Arthur Bryant's. I've been a wings and things fan for ever.
And you mean Arthur Bryant's is by 18th and Vine?
Yeah, used to be over there, man. Okay. I've been around. Wings and things is historic.
He be doing his thing over
historic
there.
Landmark, and the truck hitting too.
Yeah, I'm with you when you're right. Okay, so flats or drums if you go to wings and things?
Man, I would eat both of them.
I
don't care about them. I eat the whole thing. Don't give me the drum man. I want the whole thing. Give me both pieces. When they give you the party wing, I'll be like, bro, you charged me for this is 5 wings.
Yeah.
But you said it was 10.
Yeah.
You played me.
Yeah, I can't do them party wings. I be wanting the whole
I
want the whole wings. I don't want no baby shower wings.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Bring the food.
Bring the whole wing,
what we doing?
What happened to the whole wing, man? We not in the wing outage no more. We get the Chinese chicken.
Literally, like they just throw up in that oil. They don't season it on nothing. Yeah, okay, that's what it is.
Disrespectful.
I'm saying though. Okay, when you mentioned mom and pop shops versus franchise, is there an itinerary that you have when it comes to accepting invitations from restaurants?
Okay, there's a few things.
Okay.
One, does it look good? Because we taste with our eyes first.
Yeah, we do.
So I get the invite and it's like, what it look like? That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And then it just really depends on how many restaurants I already have queued up. I'm usually 2 to 3 weeks out. So it's very much I'm going off what looked the best. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at like, I'm gonna rock with you.
You'll rock with it a little bit.
I'm gonna rock with you. So like just especially, or if I really want to eat there, I've been wanting to eat there.
Try it out, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's some times where I'm reaching out to places too, because I'm like, hey man, I need to. Like recently it was Chef Q.
Okay.
Oh man, I was in his DM quick. Somebody shared it in the story. I was like, bow. I said,
what's up?
You in Kansas City? I said, yeah, what's up, man? I'm pulling up. Like,
so what did you try with Chef Q?
Chef Q made chicken flautas. He did his hot honey chicken strips. He makes the glaze right
that
there.
Sound fire.
He did the macaroni. He had the crust on the top. You know, it wasn't the gentrified macaroni.
Nah,
you feel me?
You gotta bake that joint.
Didn't have the breadcrumbs. None of that. It was the cheesy crust on the top. You feel me? With the pull when the spoon come out.
Oh, it pulled too.
Oh man, yeah. And then he had made some yams. He did some fish. Yeah, he's a bad boy. He's a bad boy. Okay. I thought he did really good.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I'm hungry too.
And get you in that black box when you come through. You get the black styrofoam box.
That's serious. Yeah, okay. Well, now I'm hungry, so we might have to rush this. No, I'm just saying. No, we
outside.
We're going to take our time. What sparked your food reviews? I know you mentioned in a couple of different interviews that you really didn't take it serious to a certain point,
right?
But take us back well before that.
Me and my friend Bunny were just sitting, chilling in the car like, man, we should tell people what this tastes like. And he was like, yeah, man.
What was the food that y'all were talking about?
We was eating Amigos chips, you know, when they first came out with the Dabba Ranch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we were like, people need to know about this. And we just started recording that like on the iPhone 4 like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know
iPhone
what I mean?
4 is crazy.
And then we did three. We did lemon cake from Starbucks. We did the Cinnabon biscuits from KFC. Mm-hmm. I think we did like pizza from Papakino's. Okay. And then we stopped like after that. But the name had already been created.
What was the name at that point?
Hood Do Food Reviews. Okay. 100%. Like immediately. That's what it was. We were eating the Dabba Ranch and I was like, this is going to be called the Hood Do Food Reviews. And he was like, what? And I was like, that's what it's going to be called, bro. Mm-hmm. So as soon as I decided to take it seriously, I already knew what it was.
Why did you decide to take it seriously?
In 2022, at the end of the year, I made a commitment to myself that I had never taken anything 100% serious. I had never locked in and committed. Mm-hmm. Everything is very much, we start something and then when the hard part comes, you know, it's like, you know, I do got a few other ideas.
Yeah.
You know, so I wanted to commit to every one of the facets of my ability and my energy 100%. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing was the food reviews because I had also done it in 2020. But what happened, the guy who did it, he passed due to COVID.
Wow.
But he had beat cancer. Yeah, for sure. He beat cancer twice, right? Wow. So then his immune system just wasn't what it was.
Yeah, of course.
So COVID took him out. And we had shot 6 episodes in 2020.
Got you.
And it was like whatever was popping on TikTok, we would just go recreate it. Mm-hmm. And then he created my logo.
Okay.
And then when we were trying to get into his computer, he was just super tech savvy. So it was all partitioned and nobody knew where any of it was. Mm-hmm. So the only thing I could recover was like the intro and the logo.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And so how long has it been since you have taken it serious? 22 or 23?
22 is when, the first month of 23 was when I committed. Like I talked about it in 22, but I committed to myself in 2023. And the key word was, people don't like this word, but I think that it is very important. But the word is selfish. And I was selfish with my goals. I find myself committing to everyone else, but then having issues committing to myself. So that year, my key was to focus on myself. And I still was able to help everybody, but I had to prioritize my dreams because things were never picking up. Mm-hmm. One of them was my lack of commitment to myself, but the other was I felt like I could hang on to everyone else's dreams. If I could make this happen, then this person's going to get to where I need to be, and then I'll be able to follow suit. Right. Instead of me trying to be the face or be the star, you know, I just was like, let me help everybody else. Yeah. And when you're surrounded by goats, it's easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned that because I think that that's important. Is sometimes people get offended when you lock in. Mm-hmm. They think, man, bro, help me now. And it's like, let me get to where I can really put you on. Man. And I think people don't see that. They just see where you're at and it's more than what they imagined for you. Yep. And so they think you made it. And you like, no, bro, like I'm so far, like, bro, I got you. I can help you, but let me get farther up. And I don't think people
we're not even close.
Because like, what sense do it make if we going up a ladder and I'm a step ahead of you, but I'm helping you come up. I'm carrying you up. I'm probably gonna get dragged down where you at. We're gonna be at the same. We're gonna be eye level together.
And we're gonna be back where we started.
So it makes sense if you have the opportunity to lock in on your own goals and be selfish. Because I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I'm an only child, so you ain't gotta tell me twice about being selfish.
But you know, like seriously. When you lock in, I lost friends. Mm-hmm. People are like, oh, you don't mess with me anymore. And it's just like, that's not the case. Yeah. It's just my time is dedicated.
Different now.
If you want your help, you just gonna have to get in this calendar. Mm-hmm. But I can't I can't sacrifice the things that I used to do for you to stop doing the things for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
That's real though. And if they would, if you lose people along the way, your mama always say they wasn't really with you, baby. That's how the mama be. Well, when it comes to you creating content, because Brian and I don't remember when it was around COVID. Brian and I did like a little barbecue thing.
I thought it was fire.
And we just got busy and we never locked in on it because it was just something for the side. But at the time, one of the things was the content is so much. And the other part was, how honest are we being? I feel like that's always a struggle when it comes to you doing food reviews because you got Keith Lee out there who be getting ridiculed, being nice. But then he got some times where people are upset about things. So how do you navigate being honest and then also creating content for restaurants?
First off, I don't care if you pay me. I don't care if the food's free. I don't care if you spend a bunch of money on the sponsored ad. There's legitimately nothing that you can do that's going to stop me from telling the truth. There is nothing.
Don't bring him up in there with no bad food.
And then especially look, you right now I'm not doing the Keith Lee. We're not making so much money to where I'm just like, I don't got to go in the restaurant. I'm going to send my friend in there and we're going to pay for it. Restaurants are still giving me, things. So they have an advantage.
Right. You know see that I'm coming.
You know when I'm coming. So where's your good cook? You need to make sure you're on point if you know I'm gonna be there. You know what I mean? So I have a commitment to myself. And when I send that paperwork over, especially if we're going in there and we're talking about it, there's a part in there. Like I'm not gonna change my review.
That's good.
Now, if there was a situation where I had a restaurant, a really popular restaurant where the main cook couldn't be there and then they bombed. So I just messaged them and I'm like, look, bro, give me a free coupon and tell me a good day to come in and I'll do it again.
Do it again.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could see
that's nice. That's nice of you.
I could see that this wasn't just like
the regular.
Like something happened today. But what people don't like is that I like to get creative and when I talk about things, I like to come up with some good jokes. Yeah. Not everybody like jokes.
Nah, I bet not. People are sensitive. They're sensitive about their stuff and I get that, but you got somebody doing a food review.
Yeah. You burnt it. You know I'm gonna say something. Yeah,
like you handed this to me and you knew it was over fried.
You knew what was up. I got to get you. I got to get you, and I'm gonna lace you. We'll do a good one too. I'm gonna get you good, man.
Like he gonna do it tastefully.
Yeah. No disrespect.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I like that you're being honest about it because that's always the biggest thing. Is okay. Can you get to a point where you're like, I'm just gonna say it was all right without saying the truth, or
so like I had to let people know just because today it was a mids doesn't mean that every time I've eaten there it was a mids. But I'm not gonna lie to you, it's about today. Yeah, today I came in. Yeah, and I've had some very popular restaurants. I've given the review, and people that they didn't appreciate it, but like one of the most recent ones, you cook chicken for about 14 minutes. Okay. We frying chicken, all right? Okay. You want to make sure it's done. Right. It might be 12 minutes where you, all right, if you want to fry it hard, you need that 14, all right? The person cooked my fish for as long as they cook my chicken. Oh. And so you don't need, to cook fish that long. You don't need to cook fish. But it's just because the person got busy, right? So it's not a disrespect or a slight to the chef's skills. Yeah. In this situation, you got swamped and you ended up going ahead and leave that fish down there long and you still did, instead of making the new fish, you went ahead and gave it to me.
Yeah, and that's on you.
That's on you. Yeah. So I made a joke. I was like, hey, fish was harder than armadillo backs. You feel me? But it's not because it tastes bad.
It's rock bottom.
Not because it tastes bad. It's just a fish chip, man. Yeah. But the food wasn't the issue here. Wasn't that you aren't a good cook. You just got busy and you ended up, having a slight moment of, I'm going to just go ahead and do it.
Get it out the way. And now
this is what I was going to do.
It's the result of it at the end of the day. It's not like you're creating something that you're not experiencing. And that's what's important is you sharing what you actually experience.
That's it. But it's still love. I still eat at all these places. You catch me in there all the time. You know what I mean? So, I never wanted to be that way, but I'm going to always be honest, because that's all we got. There's not very many people that legitimately review food in this market. Yeah. Most people be like,
oh, yep. It's cool. Or you won't hear reviews at all, which I have seen a lot of people navigate to where they just say, hey, this is a new spot. Come check it out, which I get is a safety net because that way you don't even have to. Hey. But that's not, but it's engaging to watch your videos because you're giving reviews. You got people with you too, and you got different guests on your that are joining you on a journey. I mean, you popped up on the Soul Food tour.
Had to.
Me and B was able to make a cameo appearance. So those type of moments are fun because you're including the community inside of your videos, and a lot of people are not doing that.
Have to.
So I commend you on that and the consistency. The videos, I feel like I see a video twice a day. I don't even know if that's really what it is.
You feeling like that though? You feeling like that?
I'm like, oh, he rolling. I'm like, oh, you can't mess with him.
We outside.
You cannot mess with him. How do you navigate doing all of this, creating the content, trying the food, and then also feeling like, okay, I'm still healthy?
So I only do 3 food reviews a week.
Okay.
So like what it is, you know, I like to do them every other day. So usually it'll be like if I do Monday, I'll do Wednesday, I'll do Friday.
Yeah.
And then that's it. I'll go do events or I'll go do a bar or I'll go shoot something else. But I don't want this a thing that I love to kill me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm out in the park. I try to get out there 4 or 5 times a week and do a couple miles a day. And then I try to eat way cleaner because like you go places and they're like, okay, we want you to try a 9-patty burger.
Right.
And you're like, 9 patties? All right. I said, I'm down. Let's see. I ate a cricket last week.
A cricket is crazy.
Cricket.
What?
Yeah, man. I ain't put it out yet. I got it queued up.
See, if Fear Factory was still around, you would give them, you would give a run for their money.
Nah, they was going too crazy.
They
man.
was.
That stuff was like cricket dry. Like they was eating wet stuff. You know, I can't rock with no. You know, it's like wet bull
Slime,
balls. I can't rock with
snake skin. They was doing a little. They was doing.
I'm a texture guy. You know, you can't have me no wet.
Okay.
Gorilla balls. Be like,
that's insane.
Go ahead and take care of these.
100 gorillas versus 1 man.
Oh God.
What's your before we continue? What's your take on that? 100 gorillas. I mean, no, my bad. Other way around. 100 men versus 1 gorilla. What you thinking? You like, no, absolutely not.
I would just like to say, even if they were trained athletes,
couldn't do it.
You're not beating the gorilla, man. Unless y'all like, I can't. First off, I can't see 100 strangers having any teamwork. You know,
everybody, I got them.
Yeah, I'll take them first.
Like,
how many people can you think can really surround a gorilla? Like 10 at a time,
and then actually get a lick in.
That's what I'm saying. And then their skin and their bulk is just so much thicker than ours. Mm-hmm. So like they're like, oh, hit him in the eye. I was like, you gonna jump up? You gonna jump and hit the gorilla in the eye? That's big, man. Yeah, like, and he's swinging at you, like he's swinging
with them claws.
Mm-hmm. And then he can bite. And, you know, like, it's over. Yeah. Like, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
A gorilla can rip a person in half.
Yes, he can.
And I would like to say that if I saw someone's intestines on the ground,
I'm running.
And then you see their lunch, like right there, you just like, hey, you know what? It's a back door? I got to go. I'm going to be the last one got. I'm just be like, hey, man, I hope he tired because, I mean, I ain't fighting him.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would take Jocelyn Hernandez against a bear, but that's it. 100 Jocelyn Hernandez's versus a bear. Jocelyn's the real cocaine bear. I would take her. But men, nah, I'm sorry.
Hey, man, we got trouble. We got trouble in paradise, boy. We will be done data.
Now, I mentioned earlier how you're multifaceted, and I really realized that before you sat down because I was just doing a little research, and I saw the video, and I was like, wait, I remember this song. You had teamed up with Amira Wayne, and y'all had dropped that Big Body song and video. And I was like, wait, that was him too? Man. And I love that song because it was so catchy. Big money, big money. And she was 20. Y'all was doing y'all thing. It was so catchy.
It was a moment.
That was crazy. So would you consider yourself, because I had no idea ahead of time, and a lot of people too are now meeting you at Hood Do Food Reviews and the Epitome and those type of things instead of you being a musical artist. Do you consider yourself still a musical artist first? My next project is called I Want to Be a Rapper. But I don't really, I think that in 10 years ago, if you would have told me like what the landscape would look like, I would not have picked to be an artist. I would have picked to be a creator. Mm-hmm. Like the term creator allows you to do all these things. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I do that too. Mm-hmm. It's all under this content creator, thing. Yeah. So I feel like, when I'm rapping, I feel like a rapper, but most of the time it doesn't really feel that way. It just is something that you like, oh yeah, I do that too. Yeah. And people are multifaceted, multi-skilled, whatever you want to call it. It's so many dimensions to us that people have a hard time sometimes accepting that. They're like, but now you doing this and you doing that. I'm doing it all. Yeah. And the creator category as an umbrella for all of that. And I think we're living in a day and age where we're getting more and more comfortable with people actually starting to accept that you being a creator means you can create a bunch of stuff. Because even you editing your own videos and everything,
Absolutely. Not playing
you
about
are a full-on creator.
Man, and when's the last time you heard someone say that I'm just a rapper and that's the only thing that they do?
Yeah.
Most of your most popular rappers pivot and have a lot of things going on. You know what I mean? If you think about like a Royal Chief, very popular Kansas City artist. He's a DJ. He's a host. You know what I'm saying? And he's an influencer too. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't just categorize under rapper.
One thing.
You know, he's a multifaceted creator. You know, so it's very much like if you want to succeed, a lot of people pivot because rap can only do so much. It's like a big billboard. You've built yourself up to be this character, and now you can implement this character into all these other different things to create and push your, you know, creative agenda.
I love that because that's exactly what it is. You use one thing to help something else. So since you have been doing the videos, the Hood Dude food reviews, has that helped all the other things that you've done?
What I like to think about is if you have a bigger platform, you have a bigger reach, there's more eyes on you, your other businesses can't not progress. You know what I'm saying? Imagine sharing a video to 5,000 people.
Yeah.
And then imagine sharing a video to 20,000 people. Your reach changes. So there's more opportunities for that person that you need to see this to see it.
Yep.
So the big change is how many people are going to see your post now.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the biggest reason of all of this was to understand marketing. And you have to learn how to market yourself to be able to market anything else.
That's the first step. The biggest step, for real.
Absolutely.
Because you know yourself best. So if you really do have to navigate that and how you want to be seen and how you want to be perceived and how you want to market yourself.
That's it.
Yeah. And since we talking rap, what you about to say something?
No, go ahead.
Since we talking rap, I know on Rhythm and Brunch, y'all had a conversation about the R&B Mount Rushmore. So I want to switch and I want to get your rap Mount Rushmore. But before that, I want to ask you what rap qualities, I want to rank rap qualities with you. So it's going to be a blind ranking. So I'm going to just mention out some of these things and you'll tell me from your point of view, is that a number one thing to make you a rap icon?
Right.
Number two, all that good stuff. Okay. Popularity. Where would you rank that?
Oh, boy. Popularity, I mean, unfortunately, it's probably one of the more bigger things because I put it in the top like 2 or 3 because it's not about talent. You're here, you see it. If it's about talent, we'd be out of this world. We got some of the coldest spitters, and not just that. I mean, artists in general, from instrumentalists, producers. It's more about the market on this side, just in my opinion. And I don't really feel like the artists support each other like a lot of the other communities do. And it's a little bit more difficult to get popular in Kansas City because we have a particular sound that we really like appreciate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and that's true to different cities too. It's normally just a specific sound, and people like if it don't sound like this, that ain't us.
You know, and it's just like, for example, you know, like we love that D-Walk song. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere you go, anywhere. I mean, I heard that mug at the Maxwell concert. I think I heard that mug. And you know what I did? I said, big boy, I'm praying with my pistol. You feel me? We love that song. And there's just a certain vibe that it gives. And if you got a song that has that kind of vibe, it probably gonna do good.
Yeah.
You know, in Kansas City, we just have a particular, that gritter style. People like that.
Yeah.
You know, so popularity matters.
Does.
But how to become popular is just by being consistent.
Yeah. Okay, so would you put that number 2 or 3? You said 2, 3.
I think probably like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Like I don't know.
Let's say let it float.
Yeah. Like 2 or 3 for right now.
What about awards and accolades?
Not important at all.
Okay, so we dropping that at 5?
Sure. Is it only 5?
Yep, just 5.
Okay, then number 5.
Okay. Awards
and accolades don't matter. And this is just my thing. As much as I appreciate all the things that you can win in our city, I mean, really, it's only about, 2 awards you can get? People's Choice Award, and then the Pitch does the best of.
Pitch, Kansas City Magazine does
there you
some.
Go. Kansas City Magazine.
Yeah, and then a couple other people. But
so we talking maybe 3 or 4 Kansas City things. Now, obviously, hold on. If we talk about a damn Grammy.
Yeah, we talking about, this ain't local.
Oh, okay. Yo,
We can compare it to local. We talking because we gonna get into the Mount Rushmore. So we're not talking KC.
Yeah. No, well, just in general, most of the popular rappers nowadays, they ain't got no damn Grammys, man. Like, I don't think that matters.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care. I think that's probably the lowest.
Okay, still. Okay, writing on lyrics.
That's
You
number
got
4.
that pen?
That's number 4.
Okay, that's number 4.
And it's unfortunate that Drake is the person that has to be the scapegoat, but it has been part of the industry forever. If you go to all those old, whoever you like, and you look at the writers' credits, there's
it's
a
normally
ton.
multiple
There's
people.
A ton.
Yeah, and it's a difference too. When I look at rap icons and like the people that's on my list. Now, after you share your Mount Rushmore, I'll share like who's on top of my list
for sure.
But writing raps, I still think you have to be a rapper to write your own raps. But not every song you're going to write. So that is very true. That there's going to be people that are creating reference tracks for you and all these things, because once you're in the business,
you're a part of the machine.
You're a part of the machine, and it's what's next. We ain't got time for your writer's block. We got something for you.
That album needs to drop on June,
right?
And it's May 14th.
Hello.
So what we gonna do? Somebody else bringing these records in to you.
Yeah,
it's a fact.
So okay, I got 2 more for you. Longevity.
Man,
does time matter at all?
I'd probably give it number 3 then, because popularity will be number 2.
Okay.
Because I feel like longevity is very important.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, most of the people that I'm 37, so most of the people that was popping when I was a kid, like Snoop Dogg, let's just say, man, he's doing everything else but rapping.
Yeah. But I love that too, because that's longevity outside of just rap. So I feel like that still qualifies, because you have to learn how to move in other elements. Because he's still dropping music.
Hey, now, man.
But at the same time, that might not what we want to hear from you right now. We want to see you do them little skits with Martha Stewart.
Fire. Just like Mace and Cameron.
Oh, yes. I love that. I love
it is what it is. It's the best. It's the greatest. Oh, my God.
I
love it. Yeah. Love it. Longevity is, I'd probably say like number 3, though.
Okay.
Like, it's important, but I think that there's just a lot. The popularity, and then probably this last one are probably the most important.
Yeah, I don't know. You might drop this one to the bottom. Album sales. It's the last one. Oh, yeah,
definitely number 5.
That's number 5 for
out
you?
of there.
So popularity is the one that wins the most.
Yeah, out of what we're talking about, I think popularity matters.
Ranking qualities of a rap icon.
Yeah, like popularity matters. And the easiest way that we can really connect that is we look at someone who's extremely popular and what happens when they're in the limelight. The person I always bring up is Kanye. You know what I'm saying? He has an ability to know how to keep himself in
he does, yeah.
Yeah, it's an ability.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, he's used it so poorly that it is no longer effective. Yeah. But if you look at a lot of those rants, the rants would always be timed around album drops. You look at the first Taylor Swift thing, that's My Twisted Dark Fantasy. Just saying. So he got it's a strategy to it, but at some point, the one of the really big ones he did was for the Donda drop. But he got absorbed in it, man. Popularity is a huge weapon.
Life. Yeah. Use it or abuse it. And it's gonna be one or the other. All right, so what's your living rap Mount Rushmore? My GOAT's probably Kanye. Okay.
And I know he's just ruining his legacy, but you know what? I just go ahead and cut him off after a certain amount of years. You know what I'm saying?
You got to with certain artists. I understand.
Just give me the first 15. We straight. We talk longevity. He's like a long time out there. Boy. Because he's had like 3 careers. The producer no one knew, the popular new upcoming guy, and the old Nazi.
And the post Jay-Z.
Man. So I love Kanye. He's one of my favorites. I put Kendrick up there. I love Kendrick. I feel like he gives you the medicine and the candy, as I would like to say. You know what I mean? He can give you, as he proved with this album, I could give you an album that's just more about your hit records, but I don't think very many people can give you a full concept album like he can.
Yeah, he's a creative for sure, through and through.
Then the visuals, just the way that he drops, you know what I'm saying? And one of the only people to not post on social media. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. This dude's just like, oh, hey, album's dropping. That's it. And he's just going back about his business, doing push-ups, wearing koofies. You know what I mean? So after that, and this one is, I feel a way about it because like when I was younger, Nas was my favorite rapper. But then as I grew older, I was just like, man, I still have these memories from how I felt about Nas. But when I listen to Nas, I'm like, they kind of boring. Respectfully, I love Nas. Okay?
I mean, I'm 20. I'm 28, so Nas ain't nowhere near my Mount Rushmore.
Boring.
So
yeah, man, it's my dog though.
I understand,
but because of my memories and how much I like, you know what I'm saying? My dog,
my day one.
You know what I'm saying? And number 4 is one of them ones, man, but I don't care what nobody say, man. I rock with Lupe Fiasco.
Oh, I love Lupe Fiasco. I ain't never heard nobody put him in a Mount Rushmore.
He's a spitter.
I love him because when I was a kid and I thought I could skate, I was listening to Kick Push, Daydream, all them joints, and I love Jill Scott too. So when I saw they did a song together, I was in love.
He got a whole mixtape era before that of just being a menace.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good. Man.
He was on a lot of I played video games a lot as a kid, so he was on a lot of the soundtracks. That's how I got a taste of my music.
Yeah, he's really good. Like I love
that.
I love
so
Lupe.
wait, Nas is on there and then Lupe?
Yeah.
I did not see none of this coming. I ain't gonna lie. Like I didn't expect. You said Lupe, Nas, Kanye.
Yeah, and Kendrick.
And Kendrick, okay.
For sure.
Kendrick.
For sure, man. Like, hey, Kendrick gets it for me, man, because he could go and do the whole, let's do a whole lyrical album, I'll give you all that, but then he can go turn the party up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can understand that.
Really petty. Yeah. And I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. The more you pay attention to rap, the more you see that everybody, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them have done something to somebody in the game, or they petty, or they block somebody from doing something, and you wonder why. It's like, why is this animosity? Because it's something something happening that we don't know about.
He's not letting anything go.
Yeah, no, he's petty for sure.
He's not letting it go.
That's crazy. I was hoping, who I was hoping he was gonna mention. I hope he was gonna mention at least one female artist. That's what I be hoping for. For the men. I just be hoping.
Missy in my top 5 though.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say Missy, but I love Missy.
Missy
makes sense. If I do a female rap Mount Rushmore, Missy would be in that.
Yeah, Missy is the another person that's really up there, but you only get 4 on Mount Rushmore is Ludacris. Missy and Ludacris have the most creative cadences for like ever. Like nobody approaches a song like Missy Elliott does, and just her creativity, and then with the vision. But it's just when I go down the whole list of things, like she has a huge part of stuff that I don't think anyone else has.
Yeah, true.
But it's just like I only get 4. She's literally right there.
So
though.
she'll be right there.
Yeah,
okay.
She's one of the ones legendary.
Yeah,
like
she
you
came
can't go wrong.
number 2. I think Missy is number 2 on the Billboard's top 100 best females or greatest females of all time list. So I think Missy has accomplished something that a lot of people haven't, and that's what I look at as artists, especially on the women's side, because men's world is a little bit different because it's less restraints with certain things. Whereas the women, it's a lot of stuff that women are just now accomplishing that men have had the ability to do a decade ago. Which
is why I appreciate like Missy, because she was one of the first people that I ever, because it used to be a little bit more taboo to talk about sex like you can now. So she was one of the people that used to be able to creatively say what she was doing.
She did it very creatively, and it was kind of funny a little bit. Like it's
hilarious.
A little scheme. Like you're not really saying it, but it's like,
but
wait,
you know what she say? I hit her with my
Yeah.
You like you're like, that's nasty.
Yeah, but you snuck it in, and it feel good, and we dancing, and you got us wearing trash bags.
You know what I'm saying? See, now if you were talking about influence is different. She is easily in the top. You know, like influence. I always go Missy, Kanye. Kanye literally inspired an era.
He
know
has,
what I'm saying?
absolutely.
And then right after that is like Wayne.
Absolutely, that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on the Wayne and the Drake and the Nicki. That's what I'm waiting on.
Let's talk about it. Like
that's
Drake,
my big 3.
Drake, like at a certain point, Drake was up there for me. But there is a point where Drake didn't become, he's not a rapper anymore. He became a product of the system. Like, I feel like at a certain point.
What do you feel like that point was?
After Nothing Was the Same.
Really?
And then maybe, what's the one, if you're reading this too late, it's probably the last time where I was like.
And that was like 2013.
Yeah. After that, it's just been a lot of, I'm going to get the popular artist, and then I'm going to redo their song. Then I'm going to get the new style. What I give Drake credit for is I think he's one of the greatest A&Rs of all time.
Absolutely.
Drake has literally called almost every new style, right? But with that being said, Drake also then goes and bites the whole style.
Is it biting the style, or is it putting those things on? Because I'll say this. I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Because because we get in conversations like this all the time of, is it biting? Is it taking? Even when people sample records, people be like, you biting this. But that's the point of music, is to evolve or to take bits and pieces. But I feel like with Drake, a lot of times he puts a lot of people on. Is it putting people on or getting on a track because they're currently the wave, but it also helps them really have that instead of just having a wave. Now they got some real motion in the ocean.
With the artists, I actually don't have that much of a problem. It's more of the cultures. Drake goes to be British, goes to be Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Canadians be on that.
I'm gonna give him though the reason I don't put him up there, and this is just me, because the things that you're seeing from him is because he's a talented actor.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say we met Drake at Degrassi, and I was watching Soul Food. I was watching the episode of Soul Food, the TV series. Drake pops up in the episode. I mean, Aubrey. I mean, but a lot of people in my generation, we ran into him as that. So that's why, another reason why I feel like people don't understand that or be like, well, Drake doing this. He's not a rapper first.
He's not.
I was going to say, I would give him kind of somewhat of a creator or the A&R. Like he knows how to navigate his space and he does what he does very well.
And I don't ever want it to be any disrespect to Drake because I think he's one of the greatest artists of all time. But when I'm going on my rapper list, you feel me? Like Drake to me, you know what I'm saying? Like one of the greatest chameleons ever. This dude can literally take any style.
You say chameleon or watch out.
Hey, I'm just saying, man, Drake, he said, oh man, that's a nice flow. I could do that. And I'm just saying, like, literally put you on your song, come to your song and take your style and do it better. And just use it one time. Like, he's one of the most talented people ever. Like, I'll never deny that.
For sure.
But just for me, like, people, when you talk, we hear a lot of people, when I want to be like Drake, and it's like, oh, you want to be popular. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about Drake's legacy at the end of this, when it's all done, you know what I mean? You'd be like, oh, yeah, Drake was extremely talented. He is one of the greatest, most popular artists.
That's what I always want to be curious to see at the end of a lot of artists' journey. Because it's going to be different people that have different speculations on what it was all the time. But it's like, I'm curious. What are people going to think the generation below me that didn't meet them at where we met them at?
And you know, I think that I would be very interested to see the perspective. Yeah. Because, like, if you met Drake in the 2010s, there's just a different vibe. We talk about like a decade of him just crushing every single person, like crush everybody.
I was gonna say he was on the radio, but a lot of the I feel like I consider him a great. So many of the legend. People that have done that have been on runs. I feel like Kendrick's on a run right now.
Wayne had a
crazy run.
I think Drake's run might be longer though.
It could. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people have had these crazy runs. Nicki had a run for a period of time when I was in middle in high school, and I was like,
until she started hating on the girls.
You know what? I don't know nothing about that. People be saying that, but I also have seen people say the opposite.
Yeah.
So you know, I've seen a lot of people have Nicki hate, but I also never see it come from a real place.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What popular rapper other than Ice Spice, that's a woman, got a Nicki Minaj feature?
Sexy Red got one.
For sure. I'm just saying the list showed.
And that's what I'm not, but that doesn't, I don't think that reflects on Nicki. I think that when people get in the game, I think that just like with Kim and Nicki, they fell out over some stuff that really wasn't originally with them. You get men in your ear trying to create some static because it sells albums and all these things and it helps. So I don't even think, because Nicki for a long period in her early career, she paid homage to Kim. But that's just an example of how women get in the game and they pay homage to Nicki or these other people, or they pick sides. You can like both artists. I think that's a problem, is a lot of female artists think they got to pick a side or they want to be cool with Nicki. So they get in interviews and say this, but then they get in the picture backing up Cardi, making it seems like you a little bit flip-floppy. When you should just say that I like them both.
Regardless, she's a legendary spitter.
Yeah, I just don't think that reflects on Nicki. I think that reflects on a lot of things happening.
I tell you, man, go in there, man. Like they're like, man,
tell me, go in the archives.
Go in there, man.
I'm telling you, I be at the trap. I be in the trap.
She talks some premium Cash Money shit about this, man.
And I'm not gonna say she shouldn't, but I like, for instance, I'll give you an example. I don't know if you was like paying attention when this happened because it was quick. Lotto and Nicki got into it.
I did.
And the basis of the argument was so dumb.
Super petty. On
both sides. But the argument that came to the internet was Lotto recording a conversation with her and Nicki. And it was, I guess, a recent interview. It was something where Lotto was like, basically she was just like, Nicki's the only female rapper that has done this and that. And basically she neglected all the other women that had been in the rap game at that point. And Nicki was like, that's not true. Like, because a lot of people try to make it seem like Nicki Minaj was the only woman that existed.
For sure.
She wasn't. She just did her job so damn good where we weren't paying attention to the other female. Nobody was checking for Remy.
Wait. In that 2010 to 2020, who we talking about? Who else?
I mean, Eve was still around.
No.
Eve was still around in early 2010?
In 2010?
2010?
Eve, no.
Now I feel bad because he knew.
Eve, no. And Remy was just getting out of jail. We not even talk. She didn't have no power. When did Lean Back come out?
Those are still the only 2 female rappers that have been mentioned.
I'm just saying. And Lotto, because Lotto is coming in the end of the 2010s. Lotto's coming in like 2019.
That's what I say. She was well after that.
Yeah. I'm saying, so when we talk about that.
She was giving her a history lesson. That's what it sounded like. Nicki was like, nah, it was you. Nicki said to her, you got to respect the women that came before me and the women that were still around.
How old is Lotto?
I don't know.
I think she like 25.
I'm 28.
Okay, so
but I still know that Nicki ain't the only one that ever.
But through my whole teenage years, it's only one person I see.
But so that, to my point, if I'm an OG telling you that it was some other female rappers doing their thing before me and during me, wouldn't you just take that?
Nope.
Why are you getting offended? Because I'm telling you history. I'm not telling you I'm the best female rapper. Nicki is defending other females.
She was fanning out.
And Lotto recorded the call. Why would you record?
Because she a kid.
You recorded the...
How long ago was that? She was a kid, man.
I'm not saying she not, but I'm saying that's a perfect situation of people being like, well, Nicki's at fault. In that moment, Nicki was trying to stand up and say that it's other female rappers. That saga went on, though. You said what?
That saga kept going.
What cycle?
The Lotto and Nicki, that kept going.
It sounds like everything is kind of mellowed out. That was the main, so. That was the mellow, the main point of it all. But I do feel like when people get in the game, people try to make people pick sides between Cardi B and Nicki. And I don't think it's fair at all because ain't nobody asking the men to pick a side. I mean, they might be in the last year because of Kendrick and Drake. But
I know who I'm picking.
But
I know what side I'm on.
But like, ain't nobody asking the men to do that. And then even then, Young Thug, Future, none of them care about the beef. They're gonna look at business. They like, we don't care. We don't care. We still gonna do songs with Drake. And if Kendrick want to do a song, they gonna do a song. That's what I'm saying.
That's Gunna.
Well, Gunna might do a song with Kendrick.
No. Gunna ain't getting no songs for Future. Gunna
ain't getting no. He ain't getting no songs with nobody.
He said we don't care about. Oh, that's Gunna.
They don't care.
That's Gunna.
Gunna is over there in Ghana trying to link it up with Burna Boy. Like
he gotta go somewhere else.
He gotta go out of the country to get a beat.
But I feel what you're saying.
But I understand what you're saying too. But I do think that a lot of people make people pick sides. Whether you Team Cardi or Team Nicki or Team whoever, I like all the female rappers. But I be very blunt about I'm Nicki Minaj all day long. But that's because I believe she's a real spitter. And she get on tracks with men
and kill them. And that monster verse.
I was just talking about that last week with Els, and he was like, "Man, she got on the track and did her fool."
We talk about what Jay on there, Rick Ross, Kanye.
Yep. Like and she was alive. I think she closed it out.
Yeah, she smoked him. Like hands down.
Yeah, I give it that. See, I knew we was gonna get into some healthy conversation on here.
Yeah, she's incredible though. She's incredible.
Yeah. Okay, Wallow. I love watching Wallow and Gilly. Their videos are funny. Yeah. Wallow had this recent video that went a little viral where he was just talking about black businesses. And in it, he was sharing how... But, I understand on both ends.
Yeah.
He was basically saying bad business is bad business, good business is good business. It don't matter if it's black business. And his point of view was that if you are a bad business, you can't use the fact that you're a black business to try to finesse me to work with you. And that was his point of view. Do you feel it's okay to give businesses slack because they are black owned?
Absolutely not. You get these hands no matter what color you are.
The hands, we just escalated it.
No, it could be the right hand. You get the right hand no matter what color you are. I don't care whether you're white, black, Mexican, Indian, Asian. Anybody can catch these jokes. Anybody can get it. Yeah, I'm just saying. So no, there's no excuse for color to be a reason for you to be exceptionally bad. Mm-hmm. I don't care what color you are. The food sucks, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? If your customer service is bad, your customer service is bad.
I can't stand bad customer service.
Now, the one thing I won't question is your cost. I might not be happy about it. I might not be happy about it. I spent some money in some place like, damn, better be good. Better be good.
Yeah. The more you charge, the more I'm looking.
Yeah. I'm like, so you said this was $56?
Like, okay. All right. For some loaded fries? Okay. Y'all carve these yourselves?
But that's just one of the, I don't think there's any excuse for bad business regardless of color. And I understand people probably didn't appreciate that post because it just seems like he's targeting black businesses, but I don't think that he needed to put color in there at all. No business is excused for being bad, no matter what color you are.
Yeah.
But we are particularly talking about how sometimes, people are like, you should support me because I'm a black-owned business.
Yeah.
But if you're a bad-owned business,
that's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Still, I don't care that you're black. It's still bad.
Yeah. Because I will maybe rock with somebody more because it's like, oh, I know this is a black-owned business. Like, I might go to that business to try it out. But if I go and it's a terrible experience, I'm not coming back. I might
leave a Google review.
The thing, you see, that's what I was gonna say is I might not go out of my way to leave a review just because I'm trying to be cool. I'm like you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm trying to be cool.
Was it a bad day? What
right. I'm gonna try to make it make sense to myself. So I probably wouldn't like I would a McDonald's on 35th or whatever the case may be.
They definitely could get these McDonald's on.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say because
it's rough times over there.
Man.
I don't even want to get too much into it, but I mean, I'm from down north, boy. They suck over there.
You go to the wrong spot, it's just not it at all. And it's fine to be honest. Like,
yeah. We could tell them.
We started the conversation about being honest. So clearly,
that's going to be a trend for us.
Yeah, I'm here with it. Look, I'm letting the filter go. I'm finna start being more and more honest.
As you should.
Because ain't nobody got time for that. Another question I want to ask you before we wrap up is when you are a creator, ultimately an influencer, and you have a lot of people reaching out to you for collabs, is there a point in time where you kind of just reflect on, okay, is this good for my brand? And do these people feel like they're not being genuine? Waiting on this.
This is a good one because I built my business off of collaboration. So I'm usually open. You'll see a lot of younger influencers that aren't as big in my videos. I don't care if you're coming for the clout because the good news for me is I'm actually coming to take your fans. You said you want to put me on your page? Mm-hmm. You said you want to do a collab? That means I'm going to go on your page. And however many you got, that means they're going to get to see me
Reverse
too.
Uno.
Hey, I'm in there. So I'm my thing that I do, they can come to be with me, but I don't agree to do everyone else's content. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to look at your review. Hey, I want you to come be on my review. I'm going to look at it. I'll be like, I'll come eat with you, but I'm not going to accept the collaboration, brother. And that's just because I have a certain level of quality that I expect on my page. I get street interviews all the time and they just got a phone and a lavalier mic off Amazon. I'll share it, but I won't accept the collaboration to put it on my page because of the level of quality that I expect.
Of course, yeah.
You
but I want to collab on your own
though.
Page too.
Yeah, I want to collab. Like, hey, you can come eat. Yeah. You could be in this video and we could cross promote. You know what I'm saying? Like, before this drops, we're going to go eat something. So then when you drop this, you'll be on my channel too. And then we're going to cross promote together. Mm-hmm. And that's the way that we can build off of each other. Yeah. So for me personally, anytime I see a collaboration, whether it's small or big, I look at it as an opportunity to connect our brands. Yeah. And it's just like, especially if it's in the same market, I think that it's just extremely beneficial to work. And that's the big thing that I was saying about our local artists. I feel like that we don't hold hands, like everybody is so focused on being, the guy that we kind of lose focus. So, collaboration is the key to success, especially on Instagram.
Oh, especially that collaborator's been helped.
Hoo-wee! Hey, I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yeah, I'm happy
all you got to do is take a bite on the sandwich. I'm putting you a collaborator on there. You just was like this. You was in there for 3 seconds.
Yeah,
I'm
3
sitting
seconds.
There,
yep, boom.
Collaboration.
Look, I got you.
What's the worst they can say? No? Boop. Sending it over.
I send a collaboration all the time. Anytime.
Every time, man. Don't be in the video because I'm sending it.
Yep. You ain't even got to be in my video. I'm going to still send it to
Let's
you.
Go.
Maybe we're talking about you. Maybe it's something in your nature. I'm going to send it.
Bow.
They say no, if they don't do it at all, cool.
That's cool with me.
One day they might accept it. Who knows?
I remember being the smaller creator. And like, that's my thing. I remember being that person. I remember being like, damn, can I come with you? Mm-hmm. I remember asking, how do you get this? Yeah. And the thing about me, why I do like the free game and all those other things is because I like to think about the things that I wish that I would have had. You know, and so when I meet anybody, I'm like, I'm spewing an hour worth of game to them. I'm like, let me tell you, I got everything. You need to learn how to edit. You want to see my presets? Like, I give you everything,
That's
man.
what's up.
Because at the end of the day, I want you to be better. I want you to be bigger. Like, man, I know her, man. Yeah, man, I was in there, man. Yeah. Like, I want everyone to win, man.
I love that.
So, yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
That was, see, I ain't even got no more questions. That was a perfect way to end this all. Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time. We gotta, come on, we outside. We outside. Yeah. Shout out to the Epitome, Hood Dude Food Reviews, Glenn, whatever you want to call them. Just pull up on them and you send them a collaborator or at least just tag them.
Ooh-wee.
Appreciate y'all. Check out next week of the Offer Hustle.